know that you're paying rasped attention. Let me see. Ken Ndungu, thank you. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I can see the excitement. Thank you, Miss Sola. I don't think I got your name before it crossed my screen. So thank you, everybody, for joining today's session. And to be very honest, I can imagine the curiosity. Imagine the curiosity behind joining the session, because the topic we're about to discuss today is a topic that is being had across board. It's had in global forums, it's had in dining tables, it's had, everywhere, because we just keep asking ourselves as society, what's our fate, right? What skills exactly is AI going to take away from us? Because we can all agree that AI is here and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. So without wasting further ado, right, let me just introduce myself. Who am I? And thank you, Prosper. So who am I and why should you listen to me, right? So simple and short, my name is Christiana and I'm an innovations, strategist. And over the past couple of years, I've had experience working in industries like health, edtech, media, cybersecurity, and many of the projects that I've worked on in this industry have been around, reskilling the future and preparing people for the future of jobs. Now, currently, I serve as the innovations and growth strategist, catalyst rather, for Amdari, and my job just simply entails that I think of new ways, right, innovative ways of improving the company structure and positioning so that they can grow and align with the new future of jobs. Now, aside from what I do with Amdari, I'm also privileged to be a World Economic Forum Global Shaper, and I currently serve as the Vice Curator for my local hub. And that office, gives me the opportunity to lead engagement and also lead growth. So the subject of AI is one that I have had with, youths, and I've also been privileged to have it with executives. And let me just tell you the honest truth. It is one that people are deeply concerned about, even though their concern is around different things. So when we want to understand the future, right? When we want to understand the future, the smartest thing for us to do is to look at the past. And when we look at the past as our race, as human beings, you will notice that this is not the first time that humanity is hit with the reality of things changing, right? This is not the first time. We've had people going from farming to the industrial age to, digitalization. And at each point in time when these things were happening, right, people's jobs were affected. Society was being changed and people had to upskill. So change is something that we cannot exactly stop. It's going to happen, and it happens for good reasons, because imagine if our population blew up and we were not ready with the strategies and the things we had put in place to ensure that we could scale and expand to the development that we have, right? So when we look at the historical transformations that we've had over time, we have the agrarian age, which is the agricultural age, right? Regardless of where you are in the world, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in the Americas, whether you're in Africa, wherever you are, there was a point in society where we were farmers. We tilled the ground for our food. We did everything manually. Then the tractors came. And when the tractors came, I'm sure the people of that time were like, oh my God, the tractors are coming to take our jobs, right? But the people that were able to position themselves for success, to position themselves for advancement, were those people who quickly knew that, okay, if I must thrive in this society, if I must thrive in this day and age, then I would absolutely need to upskill, right? So the Industrial Revolution came with the tractors. And when the Industrial Revolution came, right, things were now, automated. We were having people in the factory, we were having people, all those, the railroad, and a lot of things happened essentially, right? And this happened between the 18th and 19th century. This happened between the 18th and the 19th century, where things were changing really quickly, right? And people that were able to thrive and to, win their space were those people that were ready and were positioned in such a way that they could take control. Then we were still getting used to the Industrial Revolution when the digital revolution started in the late 90s with Steve Jobs and his innovative computer and everything. And people were still scared. Oh my God, it's coming to take my job. Oh, this is happening. Oh, that is happening. But here's the thing. change is constant, and now it is AI, right? But at the end of the day, things will always change. In this generation, we are seeing AI. We don't know what the next generation might see. But one thing that I am assured of is that those who are smart enough to position themselves for the future will not be victims of this new change, right? So what's the difference now? If you look at the different phases of history that I spoke about earlier, one thing is certain, right? The change happened in years. So the whole, if you're looking at maybe from the 1st century to the 17th century, people were agriculturals, like we're tilling the ground. And then the change from, that agrarian way of life to the industrial revolution took 2 centuries, right? Then we now had from the ending of the 19th century to, now where we are, the change has been slow, but things have changed now with AI. It is very, very fast. Every single day, you're learning one tool, you're trying to upskill, you're trying to do this, and things are changing really fast. New tools are coming up. So how will you be able to survive this change that is, taking over the global space, right? How are you able to survive that? So at this point, I would love to, invite Omomi, she's our CTBO at Amdari, to come and speak to us on the strategies and ways that you can position yourself for success in today's global market where everybody is scared. So Omomi, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
So over to you.
All right, thank you very much. You can stop presenting now. Nice. Thank you everyone for being here, and Christina, thank you for that wonderful introduction about the subject of the day, the topic, and what we are going to be doing focus on. So welcome to the session, everyone. If you're here on the call and you can hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up. You can hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you, Franklin, Christiana. So let me share my screen briefly. Okay, it's coming up, just a minute. My audio is low. Is it low, guys? Is my audio low? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so let's just get straight into it. So I think that might be your network. Someone also says it's a big deal. Okay, Daniel says it's not. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. I would project more so that everybody can hear me. All right, so Christina has introduced us to the topic, so I will go straight to the point. Who is bringing this session to you? Why are we here today? And I promise you this session is going to be worth your time because it's a weekend. You could have been doing anything else, but you said, you know what, let me go gain some knowledge. Let me just learn more about the skills that AI cannot replace. And you're here, right? So I really, really appreciate the fact that you guys are here on the call with us. But what's better than just a few of us on the call, but more people. So if you have friends or colleagues that have been asking questions around AI or the future of work or how to future-proof themselves, you might want to invite them to the session. And at the end of the session, I'm also going to be sharing a list of companies that are currently sponsoring in the UK, about 13,000 plus. So if you would love to have this list, please fill the form that my colleague is dropping in the chat, and we will send it to you via an email. It's going to be a list of companies sponsoring, whether it's temporary worker visa or the skilled worker visa. If you'd love to get this list, like I said, 13,000 plus companies, please fill the form so that she can share that with you via email by tomorrow. It's that part, you're getting it tomorrow, okay? So let's get straight into it. And I know that a couple of people have introduced themselves as per where you're joining from, and we can also see your names. So I would really like us to talk about something briefly, right? How has AI to you now, how has it been like a game changer? Because you say AI, we fear that it will take our place, in the workforce and all that. But then sometimes we forget to mention the fact that there are ways that AI has been very useful, even to us as professionals. So I would like to know, right, how exactly have you used AI in such a way that it turns out to be a game changer for you? I have my own experience and I'll share that, but I would also like for you to share yours, right? So for me, let me start. I mean, I don't mind starting, but while I'm speaking, I would really love for you to share yours also. So for me, a few years ago when I was working fully as a project manager, right? Or well, IT project manager. So we would always, of course, build websites for different organizations across different industries. And what that means is we need stock images to complement sections on the website. We need stock images to complement certain areas to pass the message that we're trying to pass accurately. Same thing with videos, right? And not every brand would invest per se in getting maybe professionally shot pictures just for the sake of their website. Not every brand also is going to go the length of shooting videos. So we are left with sourcing for these videos on the internet. And of course, we have to either go buy it from the licensed stock video or stock images platform, or we take it from the ones that don't have license or watermark and anything like that. Now, whether you pay for it, whether you get it for free, the challenge is the same across board. There are images that you can't get exactly the way you want to describe it, right? Sometimes you need an image of maybe you're building a website for an agricultural firm, right? It can be an agri-tech brand, and you need images for a particular section on the website where the farmer is exactly working with a tractor on a specific part of the farmland and all that. But you can't get something. Well, I'm describing this for the purpose of this conversation. I'm not saying that's exactly the point, right? But I'm just trying to communicate the fact that it's not very easy to get some images to exactly capture what you're trying to do. But then AI came, and guess what happened? We could actually tell, you know, the platform, whether using a prompt or whatnot, and instruct it on exactly the image you want to generate, and it will generate it as you want. That saved me so much time of sourcing the internet and ending up not even finding an accurate image that I want. Now that job did not just make me work smarter or better, but also faster, right? And whatever I put out came out looking better, right? In complementing my exact section. So I just wanted us to also take a look at this thing from the angle of the fact that it really, really also makes us work better, right? So I've not seen anybody's, experience with AI and how it has been like a game changer. I'd really love to see it. Probably you wanted me to be done with my story. So while I wait for you to type yours, even if it's 2 people, I would love it. Now this session is brought to you by Amdari. So if you're just joining an Amdari session for the first time ever, can you give me a thumbs up? Just give me a thumbs up. This is the first time you're hearing Amdari. This is the first time you're coming across. Awesome. Thank you. I can't pronounce your name, that's why I skipped it. Thank you, Sea World and Precious. I'll be saying everyone else has been here. Thank you, Chibuzo. Thank you, Sea World. I saw you, but I don't know your real name. Thank you, Daniel. All right, awesome. So let's proceed, right? So for those that are just joining us for the first time, and that is actually an internship platform. That's the easiest and straightforward to put it. We help professionals across the UK or even outside of the UK to gain real-world experience in fields like data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC analysis, ethical hacking, and TRC. Now, remember the topic of today is skills that AI cannot replace. So let's find out if these skills, right, are part of the skills that AI cannot replace. But then, like I said, Amdari helps you gain real-world experience through an internship program that we have, right? And for you to be a part of it, you need to have taken a course or even have foundational knowledge. So you don't need to have too much knowledge or experience or anything like that. Just foundational knowledge is enough for you to say, you know what, let me start with Amdari, let me gain experience. I have been struggling to land a job. So if you're on this call and you've been struggling to land a job in tech in the UK or even outside the UK, can give me a thumbs up. Like you've taken a course, you've been struggling to get a job because of lack of experience. Thank you, Danielle. Can I have more reactions? Okay, thank you, Prosper. Anyone else? EC, thank you. Francis, Ken, awesome, thank you. Dolak, I believe that's a thumbs up. Daniel, this thumbs up is a lot. You need to stay with us till the end of the session. And I think you really, really need the document I said I was going to share at the end of the session. So please fill the form that my colleague is dropping in the chat. So thank you all for indulging me, and this session is going to be very interactive. Now, as the session is, as we have more people joining, like I said, share the link to the session with your friends, colleagues, family members that you know will benefit from it. So what are the focus of, what are the things that we're focusing on today? We're focusing on the skills AI cannot replace, how you get to build a tech career that stays in demand, and how you yourself stay indispensable, and also your unfair advantage when AI has the same technical skill as yourself, right? So how can you be that person that has more and more advantage, even though AI is advancing every day? Now, Amdari work experience internship is also another thing I'll be telling us more about, the structure and how it helps you to gain that skill that AI cannot replace. And also our special offer to you. By just being on this call, there is a special offer. Now, Amdari is the brainchild of Ifemena Ipro and Deza Suleiman, and I will introduce both of them shortly. And I'll also get to introduce myself. Now, Ifemena Ipro is one of the co-founders at Amdari, and he has wealth of experience working in the data ecosystem. He's a leading tech expert across the UK, Canada, and he has also worked in the US. He has worked as a data science contractor, business data support professional in the UK. You know, he has wealth of experience when it comes to the data ecosystem and tech in general. And he's not a professional that just has the knowledge and ports the knowledge. He has been able to impact more and more people across the UK with the knowledge of tech, transitioning from a non-technical background to the tech field, and also helping them to even get their first job in tech. So for us at Amdari, right, one major goal for us is helping you gain the skill and helping you position right to land the job. Now, we also have Adeza Suleiman. He's also one of the co-founders at Amdari, and just like Femena Ibro, he has wealth of experience working across the data ecosystem, and he's also a major tech leader across the UK and Canada. And he has been able to also help professionals to not just transition, but also secure their first job, even visa sponsorship jobs in the UK. So Ifemena, or rather Adeza, has worked as a data science consultant in the UK, worked as a data analyst, and also data analytics consultant. He currently resides in Alberta, Canada. Then I have myself, Omowi Victoria Samsi, also one of the co-founders at Amdari, and my major area of expertise is software engineering, as well as marketing, product management, and general tech entrepreneurship. I've worked in edtech, field tech, and marketing, and when I'm not doing all of this, I am writing a book, and I'm just a recent published author, and it's just a book on placing little bets, taking those little steps that would help you position right and forge ahead, essentially. Now, let's get straight into the topic of the day. AI, AI, AI. Now, I don't want us to see it from that angle of, okay, AI is the topic of the day. I want us to take a look at this from the point of view of embracing change. Now, the reason why this is very important, and throughout this session, that's the mindset I want us to look at this session. It's about embracing change, right? Now, when we talk about embracing change, we're talking seeing how you can be of value within that period that a change is happening, right? Seeing how you can level up, seeing how you can evolve as that change is happening, so that you do not become obsolete, or you do not become irrelevant, right? You want to always stay relevant in tech, especially in the workspace, right? And how do you do that? You need to embrace change. And the tech space is ever evolving. It's not a space that, okay, maybe this is happening and it's going to be the same thing for the next couple of years. And the reason for this is because the people playing in this space are constantly innovating. Now, I won't be dwelling so much on the first industrial revolution, second, third, or fourth, because Christiana has briefly touched base on, the advent of everything so far. Now, we're currently in the period where AI is the rage. And I said something. The reason why there is a constant change is because people are constantly innovating. Now, if people are constantly innovating, what that tells you is we would always be on the move. Now, if you are not on the move with every other person, you will be left behind. The concept of AI was actually conceived and birthed by Alan Turing, for example. I hope I pronounced his surname right. Alan Turing, right? And it didn't stop with him alone. Then we had John McCarthy, I believe. Yeah. Then we had John McCarthy. And it keeps going on and on. And one thing I can guess is the fact that Alan started this whole thing, conceived the idea of thinking machines doesn't necessarily mean that he envisioned it being able to generate images. It doesn't mean that he envisioned it from that period being able to. He just wanted something that also could think at the level that the humans could, right? So thinking machine. Now we had more and more people take it up from him, from where he left, right? We have people who now created things like ChatGPT, Gemini, right? And we have all of these platforms helping us with image generation, video generation, and just to mention a few, even text generation. So someone can conceive an idea and birth it, but it doesn't mean that it stops there. Another person will take that idea and refine it, make it better. That's why we have people doing the same thing, but everybody with a unique proposition. And that's the same thing with AI. So if you're in tech, if you're in this space, and you're not growing with everything happening, it will only mean one thing. Your job will be taken. And it's not taken by AI. It's taken by not leveling up. It's taken by mediocrity. It's taken by not embracing change or advancing with it. So when people say AI is going to take our jobs, do you think my job is future-proof whenever we're having career clarity sessions with professionals like yourself? The question is always, so I've been seeing a lot on the job boards, and I'm really wondering, do you think my job is going to still be relevant in 2 years' time? The question is, would you keep leveling up? Would you keep advancing? Right? Would you keep learning? Because at the end of the day, if you're not learning, if you're not advancing, you will end up becoming the bottleneck. And the minute you look like that, it's easy for you to be replaced. So if you're doing a job right now that AI can easily automate, AI can easily be used to generate whatever it is you're doing right now, then you're working in the wrong job position or job role or even industry. So you need to look for ways that, okay, probably in addition to it, or you just leave that industry and advance to another industry, right? And we're going to touch base on all of that. But before we do that, I would like us to know the step that we can also take when it comes to pivoting, right? So if you're in that field where AI can be automated to take whatever it is you're doing right now to get it done, then you want to pivot. But then another thing I really, really love to say is the fact that there is always one side to things that we do not see, right? And it's the fact that AI is not necessarily going to outrightly take your job, but those people who know how to use AI very, very smart, these are the guys positioned to take your job. They are the ones that embrace AI and they master it, outpacing every other person who is yet to make a decision or make up their mind to advance, right? So it's also very important to be very futuristic in thinking. Now, when you're thinking, you want to think what's going to happen in the next 2 years. That's why I love it when people ask me questions around, do you think this career path is going to be relevant in 2 years, in 3 years? You are already thinking ahead. Now, for you to already be thinking ahead, you need to make sure that you are not leaving any aspect out. So when it comes to jobs being relevant, what do you think will be the most important aspect? Because at that point in time, there will be aspects of your job that will be automated. So the one that is not automated is the fact that there are certain elements about being human that cannot be replaced with an AI. We will get to that real quick, right? So you need to start thinking ahead. Now, when it comes to thinking ahead and also just taking a look at things and how it's been happening, what do you think exactly gets people promoted? Is it your certificate? Is it your technical know-how? Or it's how you manage difficult situations at work, how you're a problem solver, how you speak to stakeholders, how good of a communicator you are, how you take initiative, how you are proactive, right? And not reactive to problems and the likes, right? So all those little signs are things that really makes you come across as a professional that is very, very relevant and cannot be replaced. And I'll give you an instance. You work in a company, right? There are tasks assigned. You know what you're expected to do. You know your role already. But you are that person that beyond ticking the box, you love to think outside of the box, right? You love to ideate or even come up with ideas that would move the company forward without being told to. Now, here is how you get better than an AI. Your company, your CEO can go to ChatGPT and say, give me 5 ideas for content creation, right? And then there is you who can think before they ask you. Because if they have to ask you, they can as well ask the ChatGPT. So being proactive means outpacing AI, right? I don't have to think that, okay, I have a social media manager, but I am wondering, we don't have this, we don't have that. Should I go ahead and use ChatGPT and just get some answers to my questions? Or this person has already provided certain solutions. I'm giving this as an example because the human side of us is what AI cannot replace. That soft skill, right? Ability to work with a team, ability to negotiate and influence. AI has to be prompted. We have to prompt a human to get that done. If no, then you are. So that's being proactive, right? And that's something AI cannot replace. So I just want us to look at this from this angle. And beyond all of this, also being able to combine these soft skills with your technical skills is what makes you very, very solid in the space. So it's very important for us not to overlook the place of soft skills. Yes, we say a lot of things about soft skill being very important, being relevant, and I will get to, breaking it down a bit as we proceed. So, what are those skills exactly that AI cannot replace? I've given us a hint, right? Soft skills, majorly, because there are certain technical things that can be automated, but the soft skill area is what's still not replaced by AI, right? And I mean, it's artificial for a reason, and we are humans for a reason. And when people generate stuff with AI, there is a reason they tell you to humanize it, right? So if they still have to tell it to humanize, that means the humans cannot be replaced yet. So critical thinking is something that AI cannot do. It can give you answers, but it cannot decide which question to ask. So we are pretty much still the ones controlling the AI. So I would love you to take a look at AI as an assistant, not something that can replace you. It's something that can help you work smarter, work faster, and deliver better results, right? An assistant that helps you achieve that, but not someone, not something or a tool that can actually take your place. The people who don't know how to use it to their advantage are the people who will take your place if you do not evolve with it. Now, storytelling and communication. AI has the data. You can generate anything in terms of resources. You can tell it to comb the internet for certain, or even crawl the internet for certain information that, of course, the human cannot do, right? That's where AI comes into place. But giving it meaning, making it make sense. I mean, you know why you are requesting for it in the first place. So you just use an automated approach to get what you want, but then making sense of this and what prompted you even requesting for this was all you, right? So that's why you are going to be indispensable. But you just need to know how to take advantage, right? Then there is empathy and emotion. Of course, this is attributed only to humans. No chatbot ever. Excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. So no chatbots can have that side to them because they are not humans, right? I don't know if you've interacted with AI to a point where you want it to really converse with you like human, and it's still sounding chatty and robotic and everything like that. For example, going on a website and trying to chat with their customer care, and what you see is an AI responding in a very mechanical manner. And you really want somebody that would really understand your plight, right? Someone that would understand your pain. And sincerely, when I go on any platform today and I see a chatbot there, I don't bother myself. I remember trying to place an order on Temu the other day, and that order was not delivered after, like, I think over a month, wasn't delivered. And then I went there to chat with their customer representative. And I promise you, I was chatting with an AI the entire time that period. I was like, what's going on? And it was just giving me, like, the answer was just too mechanical. So it wasn't able to understand or even empathize, right? So that aspect was really missing. And I would have really loved if there was some form of human touch, someone that would understand where I was coming from, right? So there is also problem framing. So while AI can help you analyze, it cannot help you decide what matters. That was why I said it doesn't know how to make it make sense. You know why you are trying to get this done in the first place, right? But if AI is unable to make it make sense, and you are also unable to make it make sense, then that was why I said earlier that if you're not able to think at a level AI cannot think, then that's where you need to start panicking. So you need to be able to think at a level AI cannot think. Problem solving, proactiveness, being able to make sense of whatever it is you're working with. And honestly, the soft skill that is hardly talked about, common sense. AI can never have common sense. That I can already post. Like, you see that common sense? it's attributed to humans, and not even every human still has it. And it's a very, very vital and needed skill when it comes to the workspace, right? When it comes to working anywhere. So that's one skill that I can guarantee you AI cannot take. Now, I would like us to take a look at someone who evolved with a skill that AI cannot replace, and that's data analytics. I will explain something briefly on technical skills that AI cannot replace. While there are aspects of it that can be automated, there are still aspects that cannot be automated or taken. So we'll get to that. So this is Jerry on my screen. He joined the internship program at Amdari, and when he did that, he took advantage of all of the projects he was working on, gave it his all, and he got a job in less than 2 months of joining the internship program at Amdari. And I will really, really love for us to listen to Jerry right now. It's not going to take too much time. So let's just listen to him for like 2 minutes. Can't hear. Okay, you can't hear. Sorry about that. So let me stop playing and replay it again. Just a minute, please. I'll stop sharing my screen and then I'll share again. I'm sure we'll be able to hear by then. So once I replay it, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it, okay? So let me reshare my screen. And, okay. Sorry. I just realized that my screen is still. Please confirm that you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, so I'm trying to just give me a minute. I'm really, really trying to. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me fix that. Testimonial files. Just a minute. Okay. So sorry about that. I am back now. Please confirm that you can hear me. So sorry about that. So I'm going to reshare my screen. I don't know why I was unable to share it. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let me reshare my screen. Just a minute. All right, it's coming up right now. Okay. All right. So let me just give me a thumbs up once you can hear the sound. Just give me a thumbs up. All right. So congratulations once again, Jerry, on landing the data analyst role in the UK. Thank you. So okay. What sound? why it's not playing right now. And I really want us to, okay, I really want us to hear from Jerry.
Into all of that. So I would say that this gave me like things to talk about. And of course, and during interviews, one thing I also realized was that when you're asking questions, it's not just about knowing these tools and all of that. How have you used the tool before? And I could remember one of the things that one of the interviewers once asked me that, okay, that how do you approach a business problem? And if you haven't solved the business problem before, there is no way you can just cook up answers and all of that. So and that is one key thing about Amdari. Every project is about solving a business problem. And of course, and that comes from going from the project brief, introduction, and all of that. So I would say that all these things, were things. And another thing I would say that also helped, of course, that is going from knowing the basics when it comes to using tools, Excel, and then to going to the advanced. Of course, when it comes to Excel, advanced, Power BI, advanced. So I would say all these things, of course, that they were the things that actually made me, of course, that to be job ready. Yeah. So and thanks, Amdari, really. Yeah.
So I'd love to know, and thanks for giving Amdari a chance. Okay, so my last question is going to be about the specific aspect of this experience that helped you ace your interview, right? I know you've spoken about projects, you've spoken about all of that. We have the mentorship side of things. We have pretty much a couple of things. So what would you say exactly? I know you also mentioned how you had stories to tell, right? So what would you say helped you ace your interview?
Okay. I would say that at Amdari, so I've developed a couple of soft skills and also technical skills, and these are things I've helped me to ace my interview. And then, of course, I'll start with the soft skills. So after every project, and this is one thing that I love about Amdari, after every project, you present to real stakeholders. I mean, of course, before that, you have to come up with a PowerPoint presentation where you have you will have done your project end to end, data cleaning, data visualization, and all of that. And then you have your insights ready, prepared for the stakeholders. So and then that rigorous process because there have been instances where I was sent a data before interview to analyze. And of course, and then I just went through the process that I always go through under data cleaning, and then data, exploration, analysis, visualizing your data, and then preparing your PowerPoint presentation. And this is what we do after each project in Amdari. So, and another thing I've also developed in Amdari was the aspect of communication. Yeah. So, and it's not just about generating insight. How do you communicate to stakeholders, recognizing your audience? And these are questions that they ask. For example, how do you communicate insight to technical stakeholders, non-technical stakeholders? And these are things that I've been able to develop when it comes to, as like projects in Amdari and all of that. And also getting feedback. I can remember one of the questions they asked me that how have you managed feedback from stakeholders? And interestingly, I just presented a project, like I think my first project at Amdari, and then of course I presented my project, and then I had some feedback from stakeholders, and I can remember that one of the feedbacks was to work on my recommendation. It should be smart and all of that. So and then I was able to just come up with yes. I remember presenting a project, and then the stakeholders said,
"Okay, so because of time, I will stop the video right there. But I just wanted us to hear directly from one of the people that have been able to get a job through the internship program at Amdari. And the fact that what they did was just to work in an environment that really prepares them to get the job. Getting exposed to a team, working with teammates and team leads, reporting to stakeholders, as well as developing those skills that AI cannot replace. You heard where I asked him a question around what exactly helped him get the job. And he said the fact that he was able to develop soft skills in the course of the internship. Now, right here on my screen, you can see his message to his team lead, where he said, "Hi, Emeka. Just wanted to officially let you know that I've landed a data analyst role within the civil service and it's level promotion too. I was asked to prepare a presentation on data analysis, and I edited and submitted our first project. Saved me a lot of time and gave me confidence." That's definitely one thing that comes with being prepared, right? So he was able to just prepare for that technical assessment with a project that he has worked on, and that's his very, very first project during the internship program at Amdari. And why this is very, very exciting for me is because I get people ask me questions around if the internship program at Amdari, which lasts for 4 months, but of course you can extend, if it's enough for them to get a job. And I'll tell them, we have people that get jobs 7 weeks into this program. We have people that get jobs 2 months into this program. And the unique thing about their journey is the fact that they get it as a result of their own dedication, right? I would say, oh, Amdari takes all credit. No, Amdari gives you everything you need to ace that interview, but you also have your part to play. And these guys always show up for every mentorship session, every mock interview. Their CV is revamped by Amdari. They work on actual business projects. So all of this preps them. So by virtue of that, and you also doing your own part, it's very easy for you to get the job, right? And you can see, he said, I also spoke about SQL projects when they asked me about data acquisition. That's one thing about it. One project can help you get past a particular state, and another project can help you solidify everything else, right? So that's just one beautiful thing about the internship program at Amdari. Now, I would also help us see more into people that are getting jobs. But one thing is very, very peculiar, right? And it's the fact also, sorry, one thing is very, very common for all of them. And it's the fact that the soft skills contribute to what helps them get the job. Learning the traditional way, taking a course, and working on capstone projects is not enough to prepare you for the job market, right? It's not enough to help you face an interview. Because remember when you were learning, you were just learning. It was theoretical. You can't start applying to jobs with just theory or theoretical knowledge and expect pass that interview, because other people who have what you don't have yet are impressing the recruiters. So the same way I said that you are not competing against AI in the future, you are competing against people that know how to use AI, because now they are outpacing you. The same thing applies to getting a job. You are not go out to an interview and try to impress the recruiter. You can succeed in impressing the recruiter. I mean, I can be on an interview with Ahmed, say Ahmed is applying to a job in my company, and I can be very, very impressed with Ahmed. I can like, the way he communicated, the technical skills and all of that. But then maybe he has never really worked in a UK company, and I'm very skeptical. Then I would say something. Yeah, Ahmed was really, really, like, I really like his vibe and all, but I think Ken was more, exposed. I think Ken has worked, of course, not even I think. Ken has worked in other organizations, or I can even say, oh, Prosper has done this, done that. So I will be tilting towards those guys. Now, Ahmed did not get the job, not because I didn't like him, not because I was not impressed, but because he didn't tick all boxes. But Ken ticked all boxes, right? So now I'm going with Ken. So that's why you need to tick all boxes. You are competing against those guys that are job ready. So are you job ready, right? And if you'd love to listen to more and more testimonials, because we have a lot of people that have gotten jobs, and I really wish that I had enough time to even show us. So let me show you something. I wish I had enough time to play this testimonial or play this or play this. There are people that have gotten jobs, and we have more and more people. But because of time, I will not be able to play this. But I would like you to listen to them yourself to see how this program has helped. So if you've not filled the form that my colleague is dropping, please fill it so we can send you the link to listen to these videos and hear from all of these guys. Most of these videos are just 6 minutes long, 7 minutes long. The longest, honestly, is the one I just played, which is 9 minutes. Also, I didn't play for 9 minutes, but then I'm just telling you that 9 minutes is like the longest. I'd like you to listen to these guys that have gotten job as a result of the Amdari Work Experience Program to see how you can also take advantage. Like I said, they get jobs 2 months in, not 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks in, 2 months into the program, right? Dolakwa, I see your hand. I promise you I see your hand, and I'll come to you shortly, right? So please fill the form so that we can send you the link to listen to all these testimonials, because I do not have enough time to play the testimonials. So now, for you to be able to stand out, you need to actually know what your unfair advantage is against AI. Now, AI can actually automate some part of your task. Let's be honest, it's going to happen if it's not happening yet. There are certain tasks that AI will be able to automate. And like I said, it's just embracing that change, not fighting that change. Like, oh, I don't want to depend on AI, I don't want to use it. How can you use it to make your work faster, smarter, and better? But do not take away the human element side of you. Do not rely on AI too much. Because when you rely on AI is already doing everything you should be doing, right? So your unfair advantage is when you are able to combine that human side of you with the power of AI, with the power of automation to become unstoppable. When you're able to combine the data you have or that you are able to generate from resources that AI gives you and add context, applied context, that's insight. AI cannot make sense of it beyond what you've prompted it to do. So if you're always instructing it, that tells you that you have the power, right? So when you're able to also combine automation and your own God-given creativity, that means fast-paced innovation. Because the minute you're thinking it, you're able to execute faster. And being able to execute faster means implementation, right? Fast-paced implementation. And that's you innovating every now and then. And that's you becoming unstoppable. And then when you're able to now combine your technical skills with your soft skills, you are indispensable. AI cannot have soft skills. It's not possible. Soft skill is attributed to humans, right? So if you're not solid with your soft skill, I've worked with a team where you're very sound technically, like sound, but you see communication delayed a particular project, messed up a particular project, wasted time and money. And you know what that means? For you to get a job anywhere, any day, anytime, you need to say something to the recruiters. How you will be making them money, how you will be saving them money, and how you will be saving them time. Now, if you're now in a team, technically sound, and your lack of soft skills is making the company lose money or waste time, then there's going to be query, right? And that's not where you want to be. So that's why it's very important. Please do not overlook the place of soft skills, because soft skills are what makes you indispensable. And you can only develop soft skills when you start working with people, not in isolation. So if you've just taken a course and you're trying to get a job and you're still lacking in the area of soft skills, it's because you don't have work experience. And again, that's where Amdari perfectly comes into the picture. Now, you already know that we've established something. In the future, you will not be competing with AI. You will be competing with the humans who are using it better and smartly. And now, for you to outperform these people, you also need to tick all boxes. The hard skills, which typically gets you in, right? The soft skills, which keeps you in the company and keeps you relevant. And then being able to combine all of this, then with the power of AI, that makes you solid. So you need to tick all boxes. Remember what I said when I was giving my instance. I am interviewing Ahmed. I am impressed with Ahmed. But then there is Ken, who ticks every other box. I am moving on with Ken, right? So you need to understand that skill paradox perfectly. Tick all boxes. What are the boxes that you need to tick? Hard skill box, soft skill or human skill box, automation box also, right? Being able to use AI to your advantage so you can work smarter and work better, right? Now, let's take a look at the real world scenario of situations that AI cannot be found in, right? I'll talk about the technical one and the soft skill one, but let's talk about the situations, which is pretty much the soft skill. We've talked about it, but I just want to paint the scenario for us. Now, leading a cross-functional or cross-cultural team, right? I don't think a robot is going to sit in front of the camera and leading, teams and all that. Yes, I know the world is advancing, and the more it advances, the more you also need to know where exactly to slot yourself to stay relevant, right? So AI cannot also handle ethical dilemmas. You see, ethical stuff, just even take AI away from it, because you have to be the one instructing it on what's right and what's wrong. So if that human side is still going to be needed, that means AI cannot take that place, right? Then there's also you being able to convince a skeptical CFO to invest in a particular project. AI has to be prompted. That's micromanaging. The reason why people don't get jobs today in the first place is because you don't have experience. You will be micromanaged. Why don't I get an AI instead, right? So if you're coming in, you have experience. Nobody needs to micromanage you. Nobody needs to tell you what to do before you get it done, or prompt you to take certain action or think in a certain direction. That means you can't be replaced, because I can as well prompt ChatGPT to just think, since somebody is not thinking, right? So that's for you to know that as long as you are, on top of your game, as long as you are advancing in the human side of your skills, again, soft skills, please, very important. AI cannot replace you. Now let's take a look at the technical skills. We will be wrapping up in a few minutes, and I'll be taking people's questions. But before we wrap up, just properly explain all these areas for us, right? Now, the technical skills. It is very, very important for one to look at things critically and from a very sincere point of view. There are parts of data analytics career path that can be automated, but then there are areas that cannot be automated. Yes, you can automate, generating or working with data sets, or making not that. Being able to use AI to probably sort your data and all of that. But when it comes to you being able to frame the right question or making it make sense properly, you have to be the one to take the first initiative, right? Like I said, of course you can prompt AI and direct it how you want, but that's AI, right? You're directing it. An actual human that knows what they are doing will not be directed like that. So soft skill is very needed. So there are areas of your data analytics career path that cannot be automated. So that makes it safe. And remember, for you to even train an AI model, you need it to have some form of data in its knowledge base. And how do you get all this data and everything, right? So that's why it's very important for you to understand if your career path is safe, what aspect is automatable and what aspect is not automatable, so that you are very, very aware and solid. So this area is not, automatable. Let me be very, very solid in it, right? Let me be very proficient in that aspect. Then for data science, it is also a very safe career path, right? Just like data analytics. Some aspects are very much automated, right? Like machine learning model training, right? So you can automate that, but there are areas like design experiments, validating output, and ensuring fairness that AI cannot automate. You being part of the process, seeing how everything is happening, that's you having an advantage over AI, right? That's you being ahead. So the human is still ahead. So just see AI once again as something that just makes some other, mundane aspect of your task handles. You don't have to do the little things. Let AI handle it. But the actual task, the actual brain work, be the ones to initiate it. Don't try to rely on AI. Because again, I think the major danger is people now seeing AI as, okay, handle the heavy lifting, everything. You're relying on AI means you yourself are probably not exactly advancing because you feel AI is getting things done, right? So not using it the wrong way is also very important. Then there is the data engineering part. It's very much safe for now because AI cannot suggest pipelines or can manage messy, large scale data systems, right? But when it comes to the entirety of data engineering, it is very much safe, right? It's very, very much safe because the contextual aspect, AI cannot really take over that. Now you see business analysis, it is very safe because of the stakeholder facing aspect of it, right? Because in this situation, you're pretty much negotiating, creating and gathering requirements, creating BRD or PRD, and that's not exactly something that AI can do. Remember what I said, you need to prompt AI. As a business analyst, you are thinking process, you are thinking optimization, you're thinking innovation, like how to make this better side of the business improve, or rather how to make this side of the business improve or make it better. So that's not something AI can do. Yes, there are aspects of what you do that you can use AI for, probably documentations and all of that. But the actual heavy lifting of your job as a BA has to be done by the person. Project management is also very much safe because AI cannot really manage humans, stakeholders, conflicts, and trade-offs, right? They are deeply human. So these career paths are kind of human-centric. Let me put it that way. It's human-facing, it's human-centric. It deals with a lot of logic, emotions, things that has to do with the human side of things. So it's not really something that AI can take. But of course, again, there are still some aspects of your documentation that you can use AI for, just to automate some things and get some things done faster. Now, cybersecurity has been said to be one of the safest, or even the most safe right now, the most future-proof, right? And that's because of what goes into being a cybersecurity career path. So while AI can help you with detection, attackers also use AI, so humans must stay ahead. But then again, you are able, when it comes to the ethical side of things, when it comes to the regulatory side of things, we still need humans. When it comes to SOC and the whole monitoring of the system, it's more of a 247 type of career path. So these are career paths that still need human, the human feel, the human touch and all that. So these are career paths that are very much safe. Now, here's another person that gained experience through Amdari and got a job in a field that AI cannot replace. And this field is project management. I just spoke to us about it right now. Now, this message, you can see his LinkedIn profile. His name is Francis Apua. You can look him up. Like I said, I will not be able to play videos because of time, but you can actually go on, fill the form that my colleague is dropping, and we're going to send you a link rather, to where you can listen to all these our interns that have been able to secure jobs and just hear from them, right? So we'll be sending out this email by tomorrow. So if you'd love to get it, please ensure you fill the form. Now, he has project management consultant at Amdari. He started with us in March 2025. He got this job in July 2025. Now, he sent this message to his team lead. His team lead's name is Brown, as you can see right here on my screen. Now, Brown sends a screenshot of their conversation to the Amdari team, and he says, my intern landed a PM job at Deloitte. Right? Now, this is their conversation. One name, which is brother in Igbo, for the non-Igbo speaking people on the call. Brother, I just got a call from Deloitte that the interview was successful, starting onboarding in August. God be the glory later. And his teammate says, brother, this has made my week. Congratulations. And then it says, now you two pass off Amdari, off Mr. Brown. So like I said, these are people that are taking advantage of the fact that not only are they in a career path that is safe, they also need to gain experience in order to get a job. So it's very much safe to say that AI is not taking your job at all. Your inability to evolve is the major threat right now, right? So if you do not want to be a victim of AI taking over, then you need to evolve, right? Do not make that inability the major danger. Now, I want us to note something. For us to say that these are career paths that AI cannot replace, I want you to also understand that it equally means these are career paths that employers are steadily hiring for. Now, according to the World Economic Forum, we would also take a look at what the report says, right? You can see career paths right here on my screen. We have a lot of career paths, and this is showing us career paths that will be growing in the next 5 years, and the ones that will be declining. So the ones by this side are the ones declining, while the ones here are the ones that will be growing. So let's take a look at the highlights, right? So you can see big data analyst, or rather specialist, data warehousing specialist, data engineers, as well as database and network professionals. That's the data engineers right now, right? And then you can see this one, AI and machine learning developers, data analysts and data scientists. That's for data science professionals and data analysts. Then we have the security management specialist. We also have information security analyst, and we also have the database and network professionals. These are career paths for the cybersecurity field also that are going to be safe, right? So we have a lot of career paths that are safe. Sorry, I skipped business analysis as well. And then you can also see this, right? So it's very, very important to understand that AI is not taking your job. And by that, what are career paths that are in demand? Listing these career paths means if you've not taken a course in them, you need to take a course. So if you've taken a course in any of these career paths that I have on my screen, can you give me a thumbs up? All these career paths that are growing and AI cannot replace. And not only that, you are also in, high demand. Can you give me a thumbs up? You've taken a course in this career path. Please give me a thumbs up. Sorry. Hi. Okay. Please give me a thumbs up. All right. Thank you very much, Francis. Thank you, DK. Thank you very much, Prosper, Francis, Oluwashubumi. Thank you very much. Awesome. So you've taken a course in this career path. You've not taken a course. Give me a thumbs down, please. Because I know some people are not, indicating. So my guess is that some people on the call have not taken. Okay, Chibuzo has not taken a course. Who else has not taken a course? Okay. Imisi, wow. That's That's quite a number of people. So what skill do you currently want to invest in right now, or what aspects? Thank you, Francis. Do you want to invest in? Do you want to invest in learning another tool, or do you want to build human skills that AI cannot replace? Now, this is majorly for people that have taken a course. Because I know that, I mean, it goes without saying, for those that have not taken a course, the first step is to take a course. So if you've taken a course, what do you want to do right now? Type it in the chat, okay? Do you want to learn new skills, or do you want to build skills that AI cannot replace? I would really, really love to see that. So now, a couple of people might be wondering now, okay, Mommy, you said so much, right? You said a lot. Where do I get started? Like, how do I begin exactly? Now, just to recap everything I've been trying to say, AI, like if AI can actually do the work you're doing right now, you are not that valuable, to be very fair, right? And employers would pretty much want to tilt towards, okay, if I can automate it, why pay somebody, right? If I can automate it, if I can get a GPT to do it, why pay somebody? I see some startups right now using AI to generate images, and then they just like put text on it instead of getting a graphics designer, and then they get their logo and then they put it up on it, right? We're seeing some of that play out right now. Of course, there is still a place of the graphic designer, because you can obviously see that the design is below, subpar, right? But I mean, they don't have the money to pay yet, so they will tilt towards this. So essentially, that's why I also said earlier that if you're in a career path that AI can easily replace, then you want to pivot, you want to change your industry or change your job role. So do not compete with AI. If that's been your fear, if your struggle has been, oh, will AI take this career path? No, please. Your major focus should be on competing with the humans that are using AI. How do you also make yourself that person? And this same thing goes to when you're applying to jobs, right? It's not about the employer. It's not about your CV, because what happens when your CV gets you the interview? What happens when you impress the employer? There's another person that probably is ticking every other box, right? So this is the major thing. I remember when I had just taken my course in software engineering, and I'll go on LinkedIn and I'll see a lot of people in my domain, right? Posting about projects, talking about things, growth related stuff, like not even necessarily major wins, but I'm talking tasks, right? Things that I knew that I couldn't do at that time. And I'll ask myself one question. If I apply to the same job as this person, there is no way they'll hire me. I was already self-analyzing. I was already also analyzing the skill gaps that I had. And immediately I knew that I was not job ready. Because remember what I said, what I was questioning myself on was, if I apply to the same job as these people, will the employers pick me over them? It's not happening. The employers will pick them a million times before they pick me. So how do I make myself that person that the employers will also see and pick over anybody else? I need to get this level of exposure and experience that this person is posting about, right? And how do I get it? Definitely applying to a job means one thing. I've already said it, they will pick them. So I needed an internship. Somewhere I can work. I don't mind if I'm not paid. Let me just do something somewhere, right? And that was when I jumped into the internship. And the same thing is what people are doing right now with Amdari. Most of these humans, right, that are trying to take advantage of the ever-evolving space of tech and grow and even outpace every other person that is not embracing it. It's the fact that they are using Amdari to learn skills that AI cannot replace: problem solving, teamwork, stakeholder management, presentation, storytelling, just the same way we heard from Jerry when I played the video. And like I said, we have more and more people that have so many stories to share and tell, but I would love for you to, fill the form, and I'll send the link to those videos so that you can hear directly from them, right? So typically, you just need to take advantage of what Amdari has to offer. And these are more people that have jumped into the internship program at Amdari. If you take a look at Betty's profile here on LinkedIn, you'd see that she had information technology project manager at Amdari, which she started January 2025. Now, this is May 2025, and she got a job already as information technology business analyst, business project manager, and it's in the UK with Eclipse IT Limited, right? So this is what I'm saying. We're positioning people to get jobs, and how we're doing it is by revamping your CV, by optimizing your LinkedIn, by prepping you for interviews, right, at different points. So the interview prep happens every Thursday at Amdari, right? And what we do essentially in this internship program is we combine that much needed technical skill that you've gone ahead to learn. But here we help you master it because you'll be consistently working on projects. So you master that technical skill by having proof of actual business impact. So you're not just saying, I know how to use this tool, or I learned how to use this tool, but rather you'll be saying, I use this tool to solve this problem while working in this organization, and that gave us this result. In numbers, you can put numbers, right? So that gave us this result. Speak in the UK metric language, GDPR, pounds, all of that, things that make sense to every UK recruiter. Then we also empower you with the soft skills. Every project you work on means you working with people. So there is no way you've not developed the proactive side of things, the problem solving side of things, the communication side of things, presentation side of things. That was why I said and that was why I played the video from Jerry, so that you guys would hear how exactly this plays out during an internship at Amdari, right? Now, these are skills that are very much essential for you to get a job, because that's how you future-proof yourself beyond just getting the job, right? Now, you've taken a course in all of these career paths that I mentioned that are super relevant and that AI cannot replace, but you are still struggling to get a job. It's because you don't have that job readiness yet. You've not taken the necessary step in acquiring experience, and that's why Amdari is here. So if you're on this call today, I'm counting you lucky, because to be honest, it's the best investment you can have and you can do for yourself, because it's the perfect way that we are currently collapsing the learning curve, right? The major challenge for people is after learning, they struggle with getting a job. The reality of the job market and the fact that it is messed up hits them hard. Now, with the Amdari internship, you get to interact with stakeholders and teammates, and also get client feedbacks, stakeholder feedbacks. Just again, like I said, like Jerry said, then you also work with real tools, real collaboration, and real deliverables. You also get intern for 4 months, and it comes with a job reference letter. Now, one thing I need to mention is, if you want to extend it beyond 4 months, that's perfect, that's fine. If this is something you want to use for your university work placement, that's also perfect. We have a lot of students, master students, who are doing their work placement with us. So in case you even know somebody that is looking for work placement and they are still trying to get it, you can recommend Amdari to them, right? So what are the tools that you get to be exposed to in the course of this internship? Let's say you're coming in as a data analyst, right? You'll be working on projects using tools like, not limited to what you see on my screen, by the way. You'll be using tools like Power BI to solve business problems, not learning it alone. No. Like I said, the best way to master anything is to consistently practice that thing, right? So you've learned Power BI when you were learning. You've learned SQL, you've learned Excel, right? Or whatnot. Now it's the time for you to actually master it. Like when they wake you up like this, you're able to use it any day, anytime. So SQL is there, Power BI is there, Tableau is there. You use it to solve actual business problem, right? Samuel, we don't have software engineering program actually. So sorry about that. Now, you'll be working on different projects, and according to what we've seen on the job board, the areas of experience that they need is always technology experience, data visualization experience, data modeling experience, working with cross-functional team, that type of exposure. That's exactly what you get at Amdari. Now let's take a look at data science scientists. When you come in as a data science intern, you'll be using all of these tools to work on actual business problems. You're not just learning them, because yes, it's an internship, you're learning on the job, but you are actually mastering these tools. You're solving business problems with them. So you will not say, I know how to use this tool. You'll be saying, I use this to solve this problem for this business, and this was the result. So these are the tools: Azure, AWS, ChatGPT, Excel, Power BI, Python, GCP, just to mention a few. And again, based on what the job boards need, what the job board has listed as major areas of experience needed by pretty much every company, your experience will be covering technology experience, data cleaning and transformation, data reporting and communication, exploratory data analysis, machine learning, problem solving, critical thinking, all of them, and be proactive. Everything I've said so far. The same thing with data engineering. You'll be working with PySpark, GitHub, Azure, GCP, Docker Studio, SQL, just to mention a few. You'll be working with a lot of cloud related platforms. Then you'll also be gaining experience in these major areas of expertise needed. Cloud experience, building and deploying data pipelines, database and data warehouse modeling, designing data architecture, just to mention a few. Again, do not forget the problem solving and critical thinking, as well as being proactive. These are all things that you learn. Or master, let me just say master. Then for business analysis, these are the tools that you'll be using to work on projects: SQL, Jira, Excel, Power BI, Notion, Draw.io, just to mention a few. And this is the area of expertise as well: process modeling, data analysis, stakeholder management, agile and scrum experience, documentation, knowledge of business and technical environments, just to mention a few. Then the same thing applies to project management. You'll be working with tools like Confluence, Pickup, Microsoft Project, Notion, Trello, Jira, just to mention a few. And this is going to be your area of expertise: project planning and scheduling, budgeting and resource allocation, risk and issue management, stakeholder and team management, agile and waterfall methodologies, just to mention a few, to be honest, right? Then for cybersecurity professionals, for those on the SOC, you'll be working with Splunk, Mesos, Autopsy, Wireshark, Wireshark, Nmap, just to mention a few. And this is the area of specialized or expertise rather: security monitoring and incident detection, threat intelligence, log analysis, etc. Then we have for ethical hacking as well. You'll be working with Metasploit, Nmap, Bob Suite, Wireshark, Nikto, etc. And this is also the area of specialization, from reporting and documentation to working in red team, blue team experience, and also social engineering and phishing simulation, web app penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, to mention just a few. And for GRC also, we have tools like OpenStack, OpenGRC, Excel, Linux, and also some privacy tools. And this is also the areas that you'll be working in. You'll be working as an operations analyst, you'll be working on some projects as a requirement analyst, you'll be working on some projects as, oh, sorry, this is for business analysis. I think I didn't edit this. So yeah, but essentially you get the point, right? So these are just more people that have gotten jobs in the course of the internship. Again, because of time, we will not be playing videos, but if you would love to listen to them, just fill the form and it would give you exactly. And I would really love for us to hear from one of the interns that also said something around what helped her get a job. She said it was the reference letter from Amdari that the recruiter said it was so solid. Now, the reference letter that we give you backs up your claim of exposure, experience, expertise, and everything. And I promise you, a lot of recruiters have been reaching out whenever our interns apply to jobs and they get the job. This person requested for reference letter before getting the job, but this person, the organization requested after they had employed him. So let's read this quickly. Olainka has nominated you to provide an employment reference for the application to Healthcare Ireland. And then we have Renee, and the message says, the above named has been offered a position as a systems analyst with our company and has provided your details as a referee, right? And again, like I said, you already got the job before they requested for it. So these are just more and more people that have gotten jobs and requested for reference at what point. So what they did different, they worked on real projects, taking advantage of Amdari, right? And taking advantage of Amdari platform. They worked on projects, not in isolation, but in a team. They had access to tech mentors. They were also able to get exposed to the workplace environment, of course, and also they got visible on LinkedIn. Remember what I said, we optimize your LinkedIn for you. We revamp your CV, and we also give you mentorship which happens every Thursday. We also give you mock interview session also every Thursday on the job support and also reference letter, right? And we also help you to we give you a platform to apply to jobs. Now, Amdari has a job board, and there you get to apply to all jobs listed on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, FlexJobs, GitHub, Remote, OK, Indeed.co.uk, or Read.co.uk, and the likes, right? So that's how Amdari has helped. And to join the next cohort, all you have to do is register. Now, the next cohort is starting on the 4th, on the 4th of October, and that's in about a few weeks' time. So if you click on the link that I'm just dropping in the chat right now, you will get redirected to a page where you can secure your spot. So I'll be showing us that real quick. While, I'll hand over to my colleagues to take questions, and we will just take it up from there. But please, if you have any questions for me, already start typing it in the chat box, as I will be taking your questions. So, and then we'll also allow people to unmute. So yes, you can either type, or you can just reserve your question for when you're able to raise your hand, right? So when you come to this page right here, we will be, so just scroll down. You get to see all the career paths that we have, right? So once you scroll down, just select the one that applies to you, right? And before I come here, I just realized something. Now, enrollment is currently ongoing, and we only have 10 slots available. Am I sharing my screen? Okay. The new screen I'm sharing is actually, okay, yeah, go back here. Okay. So for you to enroll, we're running a discount. Now, the original fee is £500, but because of the discount we are running, you're able to pay £390, right? Francis, the next cohort after the October cohort is November, right? 8th of November is the next cohort. So yeah, so this is the cost on my screen. £390 is the discount we're running, and this discount is webinar only discount. By virtue of you being on this call, you are eligible and entitled to this discount, and we will be closing this discount by the end of tomorrow, right? So it's a discount that's open for the next 24 hours. That's because people have been enrolling from the start of the month, so the slots are closely filling up. And if you would love to take advantage, all you have to do is, and you don't get to pay once, right? You can split your payment across 3 months. So you can pay in 3 installments. So let's say you pay £130 tonight or tomorrow, you pay £130 next month, and then you pay another £130 in November, right? So you spread your payments across 3 months. And we have people that intend to also start even in November that take advantage of this fund. So you just secure your spot and you pay that, oh, I'm going to be starting in November, right? So I'll show us how to secure our spot. But like I said, original fee is £500, but we're running a discount that allows you to pay just £390. Now, paying £390 means something. It means you get 3 months internship, but we are giving 1 month free. We're giving an extra month, right? So, Francis, can I get in touch with you on WhatsApp? Yes, you can. Please, did you fill the form? Because my colleagues would also be in touch, but we would also drop a contact in the chat. So, Anita, or rather Rita, if you're on the call, or Umi, please drop the contact so that they can reach out to us via WhatsApp. So yes, Francis, you can definitely reach out to us. So for you to take advantage of this discount, just click on the link that I dropped. Let me drop that again. So I just dropped the link again, and you realize that you are redirected to this page that we were on. So once you get to this page, right, all you have to do is scroll down. What career path do you want to intern under, right? You've taken a course in data analytics. Now you want to gain experience. What do you do? Just select the career path. So let's say you're selecting data analytics, right? So just click on secure your internship. It's the same price for all programs. It's the same price for all programs. So you can see one-time payments here. You can see 2 monthly payments here. And then you can see 3 monthly payments here. All you have to do is scroll down, click on secure internship, right? Once you click on secure internship, you will see the breakdown right here, right? You see the breakdown that if you pay today, your next payment will be due in October and the next one in November. So once you do that, click on proceed. And once you're done with that, type in your name, your email address, your phone number, and click on proceed. Once you click on proceed, you will be prompted to fill your card details. The minute you fill your card details, your payment becomes successful. You're going to be redirected to the form that you're going to see on my screen right now. So this form allows you to fill, this is the enrollment form essentially. So the enrollment form takes all your details. As you can see here, your name, registration number, email, country of residence, current status, if you're a student, career switcher, or recent graduate. Type in your phone number, click on next, select the program you want to apply for, right? You want to intern under, upload your payment receipt. It is always sent to your email. Please, it's very important to fill this form after payment because it's called an enrollment form so that we can get all the details of everyone enrolled in the program. And we can send you your internship confirmation letter. We can send you the job description, welcome kit, which contains link to your WhatsApp group, as well as other resources that you'll be using in the course of the internship. Now, for you to, so then proceed, upload your receipt, and then the name on the account you use in paying in case you didn't use your account. Read the terms and conditions, click on yes, you've read it. Scroll down, how did you find out about Amdari? Select the one that applies to you. Scroll down, select the duration months, click on next. This is the last page. When do you intend to start? 4th of October, select it, right? What influenced your decision? Type it. Now, which of our sessions influenced your decision to subscribe? Select the Saturday info session because by virtue of being on this call today, the Saturday info session is the session that you joined. So select the Saturday info session and click on submit, and your payment is successful and your enrollment is also successful. So how long does it take after payment? Francis, what do you mean how long does it take after payment? Do you want to explain that further? So we will be taking questions right now. So thank you very much, everyone. I would love to start hearing from us. So Dolapo, please go on. Hi, Dolapo.